I'm back in the garage. It's a bit small compared to the unit, that's for sure, but yeah, we're here. The garage is a mess, but I have been working on the Polo, so I naturally keep forgetting that I'm coming down here, or go to work and then just go, oh, I'm going to go to the garage tonight and work on the car. So literally every time I've been down here, I haven't brought anything to film with. So I'll show you where I'm up to, and yeah, we're just gonna spend this evening hopefully getting the little bits back together, and it should be in a state at the end of this evening where it can run, which is mad, you know. I think going to retro rides at the weekend gave me a boot up the ass to say, get the car done, get it on the road, because yeah, it's just seeing everyone, you know, being able to be at a car show but without my car again. Yeah, it was quite rough. So yeah, I've been busy, that's for sure, but we will see. So state of play currently is voila, top end is back together. Everything's timed up, it turns over, compression feels good, turning it over by hand. So yeah, it's pretty much there. I mean, I've got to tighten the exhaust manifold, put the dizzy back on, HT leads, carbs, throttle cable, that sort of shit. Put some water in it, and it should be at a state where it should run. So yeah, I will get a head cam on. I'll start turning some spanners, I think. So I'll show you something interesting with the old head as well. I think I've found the cause of the engine failure. I mean, I could be going on a whim, but this is the only evidence I've found whatsoever of a problem. It's probably, I don't know if there'll be any here now, but I don't know if you can see that. That is a piece of aluminium swarf, and I don't know if you can see that, but that is a very, very scored cam journal, which says to me that that's had a lack of oil pressure, and given that it ran for maybe 25 minutes before the engine went and the belt jumped, I think that's got hot enough to just bind on the cam and cause the belt to jump. That is my theory of how that head finished itself. But yeah, I mean, I checked the cam looks absolutely fine. Obviously being cast, it's a lot more hard than the aluminium head. So just get a quick turn over so I can show you all it turns. And you know, all feels good. It's got good compression by feel, and there you go. She is timed up. So belt's good. It's got good tension on it. I was actually speaking to Luke Beckley last night, who knows his stuff about Polos, and he reckons slacken this off a smidge, because he said it is quite tight and the water pump will probably whine otherwise. So first job, slacken the water pump off a little bit, and let's readjust our belt, because otherwise I'm only going to have to do this afterwards. I mean, when I originally put the cam in the car, I had the same problem where I'd over tensioned the cam belt and the water pump made some lovely noises. So what we are looking for is just a little bit of slack on the sides. So I forget how much of a bastard these things are to fucking move. And of course, because I've got a master cylinder in the way. Right, so that's better. I think that'll do. I think we'll go with that. Not much, but just a little bit. Just enough. You see, my fear when I took this all apart in the first place and didn't find anything was that I'd put the belt on too loose. But obviously finding that yesterday, I don't think that's the case at all. I think, like I say, it's just lack of lubrication and it's heat seized ever so slightly, and that's what's caused the belt to go. So I'll just turn it over again, make sure everything is still good. There we go, lovely stuff. Right, I should probably start with thermostat housing, then I can get the dizzy on. So there's an O-ring. I don't know if I get a new one, and it shouldn't matter because this was new anyway. I think I've had, well, I've definitely had a couple of these O-ring head kits now, so I should have plenty of spares for things. O-rings and valve cover seats and stuff. I'm going to say it's probably that one. And I'm going to find my good old buddy, Mr. Lithium Grease. I mean, ideally I want some rubber grease, but I'm a tight ass and don't buy anything for down here because, I mean, you know, in theory I probably shouldn't be doing much work down here. This is supposed to be just the car's home, because I had some trouble when I first got the car with it living out on the road. So yeah, didn't really intend to be working in here. Obviously the unit is where we want to be, but one, there's a car in there, and two, this broke before we got the unit, so, and three, I suppose, if this thing lived in the unit and nothing else would be able to go in there, because this thing always seems to be off the road. Hopefully, new year, no more problems. Let's hope for that. It would be lovely. I just miss driving this thing. I mean, it's such a fun car to drive. Where the fuck is that? I have to put some glove in there because, you know, some dickhead lost the ball bearing that holds it in there. Let's go with that for now. I might need an extension. I can't remember, it's been too long. That's how long this car's been off the road for, since November. Still, not as bad as last year. I think we got to like August last year before this car was back on the road after the bike carb conversion. And I definitely did not fancy that again this year. Where the fuck did I just put the other bottle? See, I'm terrible at this. I pick something up, put it down, don't know where it's gone. I'm forever fucking losing shit. It doesn't help that the place is in such a mess, but I mean, what do I do? Should we get some light? Should we do that? That's better. You can see a little bit now. No, we don't use hand tools because that's what we spend a shitload of money on the tool vans for. Otherwise it'd be a waste of money, right? You need to remember to charge that tonight. So I've got juice for going camping. We're going to Wales for a week. We leave on Sunday. Today is Thursday. So, you know, just trying to get the car done or somewhat done before we go. It would be nice to have this running tonight, but I don't think the battery's got any life in it, to be fair, so it's probably not going to run tonight. But still, if it's in a position where it can run, then I'm good. Tight. Oh, fuck off, just go on there. Thank you. Right, thermostat housing is on. Lower rad hood's still off, isn't it? Don't forget that, otherwise there'll be fucking water everywhere and then there'll be carnage. Do I replace you? You were new. I probably should replace you, but no, you're new. Fuck it. Don't mind me, just so that should line up there. That's the famous 96 brake horsepower pen markings. That should be able to just throw it back together, and it should be good. I'm hoping we don't have to venture back up to the dyno, but you know, we will see. Time will tell. All that bollocks. It's frightening almost how quickly it's all coming. Well, I suppose it's not. It's not a hard job, is it? It doesn't take long, but it's nice to have found some motivation and just start chucking this back together. And actually remember to bring the camera for once, so I can show you guys some of the perils in working on this piece of shit. So I've had this car 2 years now. 2 years in April, just gone. So, and you know, everyone at work seems to joke, oh, it spends more time off the road than it does on the road, and at this point I think they're probably right. I think it has spent more time off the road than on the road, but hey ho, shit happens, do you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It should be good after this, you know. It was running reliable before. It was only the head gasket that went, which was a serviceable bit. You know, it's done 105,000 now, so probably around the right mileage. It's 32 years old now, so yeah, you can't really blame it for shitting a gasket, but hopefully swimmingly good after this. Hopefully all is fine, and I don't have to go through the rigmarole of rebuilding it again, because I really can't be bothered, to be honest with you. I just want to drive it and enjoy it, and that'll be that. It's been so long since I've actually driven this car. It would be lovely just to be able to use it. And obviously the nicer weather has started to show its face now, so it would be nice to go out and enjoy some sunshine in the fun car instead of the tank with the roof tent on it. Because, you know, I try and have a spirited drive and it's just not the same. Or, you know, I just break things, like the other night when I was on my way to Patrice's to meet the guy that was trailering the Ranger to the unit, and broke down on the way, went into limp mode, which was fun. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I suppose you don't really know because I've put nothing out on the Polo channel about it. But the Ranger has moved from Patrice's house to the unit, so that's in there now and ready to be resurrected. But she made me promise that I'd fix this first, because this has been off the road for a long time now and it needs to be back on the road. One, because it cures my depression. Two, I think she's just bored of hearing me say it's not on the road. So the only problem with having a fucking garage that's a shit state is I don't know where anything is. I just need a 13mm spanner. That would be lovely. I mean, I'll also take a 13mm socket. Oh, I need a tidy up in here, like really bad. Ooh, 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 ooh. 13. I still kind of want a socket so I can be lazy and do the lazy ones. Why is every time I'm picking up 14? There's barely any 14mm fucking nuts or bolts on this car. I'll just do the easy thing and go to the back of my car and get the tools out of there, because at least I know where they are. You know, everyone tells me that this is a misorganised box and no one can ever find anything in it, but that's kind of the point. I know where everything is. Everything has its home. Probably change these out with some nice stainless ones at some point, but you know, function over form and all. Nice. So what's next? Rocker cover gasket, HT leads, carbs, throttle cable. I think that will be it. It's going a lot quicker than I thought. I am speed running through this. It's almost like I want it to be back on the road. Right, let's see, where are you? Whee! Piss fuel all over my paint. Look, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? I should probably move this head off the floor and stop stepping over it. I mean, it's fucked anyway. Maybe if I start tidying stuff up, I'll start finding stuff. Right. I'm gonna cheat. I'll put some a bit much Cheetah's solution in there. Have some of that. You watch it just fuck off and not go in there. Make it out like I know what I'm talking about and end up looking like a dick. Yeah, kind of. Come on, behave, because otherwise you leak. I mean, you leak anyway. I think you just leak for the fun of leaking. These are a shit rocker cover gasket. I hate them with a passion. They just always leak. Just can't seem to get them to seal. I can't remember what these talk to. They're like 6 Newton meters or something. Something like that. Yeah, it's already set to 6. What are you? See, I always torque this up in the hope it doesn't leak. I mean, it mugs me off and leaks anyway. Camshaft cover screws, 10mm. 10mm? 10 Newton meters. 10 Newton meters. Shout out to Haynes, by the way. That book is... It does save my life sometimes when I work on this car. It just gives me that confidence that things are tightened, how tight they need to be, and... Yeah. As expected, battery ratchet. surpassed the 10 newtons. Right, carbs, throttle cable, coolant, HT leads. I think that's it. In which case, I'm going to start fucking some of this off. Over there, you watch, I will need something and don't worry about it. I'll tell you what I do need is the last hose clip for the bike carbs, and it fell off when I was taking them off and I can't remember where it went, which is fun. It's always fun when you tear apart a car and then don't touch it for ages and then come back to it and wonder where everything is. So much fun. So much fun. I'm getting too old for this. Oh, I do need that though. I'll be really pissed if I can't find that. I don't know what happened, but I think the GoPro is... I think the battery is fucked. It says 31%, but it just turns off. No idea. I'll chuck the bike carbs back on and then I'll come back to you because the GoPro clearly doesn't like me. I've just spent a half an hour tearing my garage apart and I still can't find them, which is real gutting because all I have left to do is put the lower radiator hose on and the carbs and the throttle cable, and then it should be a running car. So yeah, that kind of sucks. No idea where that's gone. I've literally like torn this place apart, just cannot find it. So I'm gonna go back home and order some more from Dan ST, which I guess will give me some spares anyway. So it looks like this ain't gonna be running before we go to Wales. But just for my own sake, I've just popped the carbs back on so it at least looks like a car again. But have a look. What do we reckon? Oh yeah, she's smart. I'm really hacked off, I can't find it, but yeah, it is what it is. Car's pretty much back together. So yeah, shouldn't take much now. Plug the leads back on, put some coolant in it, lower rad hose, attach the carbs properly, and we should have a running car. So I guess I will end the video here, and hopefully the next time you see this car, it'll be sat outside my garage running, and I'll have a massive cheesy grin on my face. But until then, thanks for watching.
One eternity later.
Well, what's the worst that can happen? All goes terribly tits up. But I've come this far, so let's go. Take this for a spin around the block. I've had it running for a bit, so we'll let the learner car come up the road first, I think. this is the first time I've driven this car since November. So yeah, obviously you guys know how much this car means to me and how much work I've done on this car in the last few months. So let's hope it all goes well. If it all goes down the pan now, I shall be upset, I think. Well, I'm actually driving. That's a lot better than the last time. The last time I pulled it out the garage and it didn't last very long at all. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I miss that sound. Well and truly miss that sound. Just double check. Right, let's have a quick check, make sure nothing's pissing out where it shouldn't be. We'll go from there. Let's see no horrible trail of fluid down the road. Not that you can see much under here anyway. Right, a bit leaky around here, which is not fun. I don't think I can snug them down anymore, they're tight. I mean, I can try, but what's on you, Demo? No, tight. Right, I think we'll just send it and head out onto the main road, take it down to the big roundabout and back. What's the worst that can happen, man? I was so frightened of driving this car, just at the thought of that feeling when it all goes wrong, because I mean last time was pretty rough. I think I just rang Patrice and had a bit of a sob over the phone. sounds good. Feels okay. You know, power feels there. There's no horrible temperatures or lights on the dash. So yeah, I think we'll just spin around here, take it back home, call today a win, and yeah, I mean, we'll see. Or we could just send it. We'll just send it. This fucking... Why would you stop on a roundabout to let someone cross? I don't get it. 102,490. I need to remember that. I gotta put that in the service folder for the mileage. It's had its head gasket, cam belt, water pump, oil service and coolant flush. Not that this thing's ever going to be for sale, but you know, it's just nice to have a record of what was done when, on what mileage. I forgot how much fun this car is. Let's just stop down here. Do another little double check of things. Maybe grab a picture. Because A, it's nice here, and B, it's the first time I've driven the car since November, so it's got to be one to remember, right? I kind of forgot the coilover life. It's all good fun. I mean, the brave me is telling me take this to work on Friday. But the sensible me is saying, don't push your luck. Right, so we're about operating temperature now. Let's go and have a nosy. Yeah, these rocker cover seals are shit. I need to do something with that, I think, so probably won't drive it to work Friday. Next job will be to get that sealed up nicely and go from there, I think. Why push my luck, you know? It's out, it's driving, that's the main thing. Coolant level looks good, a touch high if anything, but I did overfill it slightly. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing pissing out, so let us grab a quick photo. We'll go portrait, why not? Yeah. Nice. Well, in that case, let's have a blast back home. I think, like I say, I'll be behaved. I won't take it to work Friday. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. I mean, we're supposed to have some nice weather, so it'd be nice to drive this to work, but I don't really want to drive it while it's leaking that bit of engine oil and stuff, so I think I will put it back in the garage, call today a success, and yeah, seal the rocker cover, get everything sorted, and fingers crossed should be on the road next week. I don't think I'm going to take this to Players now. I think we're just going to head up in Patrice's bread van. I don't know, it's stressful taking two cars between the pair of us, and it'd be nice just to go up in hers. So yeah, it gives this one a bit of time to run in. Again, I'm trying not to give it too much of a hard time now, you know, I want to make sure it works, but we don't want to break anything by wringing its neck out when it's first time back on the road since November, you know. But the pro is, you know, the thing I'm taking is we're driving. We are out, we are driving, we are onto a winner. You're a bellend. Well done. Good job, Mr. Ricardo. You suck dick. I can't actually describe what it feels like to drive this car. It's been so long, like I honestly forgot what this car was like to drive. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's not a blitz of power, it's only an old Polo at the end of the day, but the sound is just so addictive, and the driving feel. I don't know what the audio is going to be like through the GoPro. I don't have any cameras or anything set up, but yeah, it's, I don't know, lost for words. There you go, just like that. That was probably the best 2 miles I have driven in a very, very long time. Right, I'll come back to you. That was good. It was a good feeling. Yeah, good. Good feedback. Drove okay. Maybe a bit low on the RPMs when it comes back down to idle, so I've just tweaked the idle slightly, hoping that doesn't throw the tune out too much. I didn't really want to touch anything because obviously I knew it was dyno tested before, but I've just tweaked it a smidge. So hopefully that doesn't knock the balancing out of the carbs too much. But yeah, there's a bit of an oil leak. That rocker cover gasket I need to do something with it because it's leaking and it's no good. I mean, it's leaking at the front, it's leaking over the top of the end of the camshaft, near the camshaft sprocket, so yeah, it's leaking like down the front and dripping down towards the exhaust manifold, so I need to sort that needs sorting, and then it's pretty much drivable. I think, like I say, I will get those bits done and then probably potter about in it locally before entrusting it to stretch its legs and do any distance. But yeah, it's promising. It's nice that it's back together. A bit bummed that it's not going to make players, but I mean, it's nice to see it back on the floor. It's nice to have been able to just drive it for a grand total of 2 miles. So yeah, pretty good feeling. I'm happy. I am happy. I'm still very skeptical because, you know, I've just put it back together, and obviously the last time I put it back together it went bang, so it's good fun. But yeah, it's definitely looking promising for the future. So I'll do those couple of bits, run it around locally, and then yeah, maybe I'll even film a POV drive on a little drive out at some point. I'll see if I can get some microphones set up so you can embrace the trumpets and the exhaust. But yeah, at the end of the day, I drove it, I'm happy, so yeah, I'll call today a win. Progress to be made, but we'll call it a win. So if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And yeah, I'm not sure what the next video is going to be. Might be us starting the Ranger, or, you know, maybe another one on this, so stay tuned to find out.